Our first question is coming from Jerry. Jerry, please go ahead.
All right, Jerry, what's on your first? Where are you from, and what's on your mind?
I'm from Atlantic City, New Jersey.
All righty. Do you have a sheet in the pile or not?
Yes, I do. Hopefully you have it.
So, Jerry, you've got an asking price of $379. Seller thinks it's worth $385. Your comps, however, show that it's worth in the mid-fours. Is that correct?
That's correct, $456.
So you trust those comps?
Well, actually, when I talked with the homeowner tonight, he had a neighbor who got a bank appraisal on their house, and that one came in at $460,000.
Is it about the same size?
Similar. There are 4 units together. I can't say they're identical, but
okay.
That's on that property came out that high.
So we are dealing with a townhouse.
Yes, it's 4 units.
Okay, well, so it's a townhouse with 4 different units. In case you guys don't know what a townhouse is, that means each are sold separately to individual owners. And if it's a townhouse, that means it's actually got grass, not unlike a condo. So it's free and clear, Jerry. And the owner has said yes, they would consider owner financing, correct?
Correct.
It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,742 square feet with a 2-car garage. And the owner is moving inland and closer to the family. All right. Did you ask the seller the questions about down payment and monthly payment?
Yes, and here's the situation with him. He wasn't familiar with owner financing, so when I asked him how much he wanted down, he said he needed $200,000, and the reason he needed $200,000 was when he moves away, he needs that money to be able to buy that house. So
all right.
What I had offered him was a plan that we would have him take a mortgage out for $200,000, and that comes out to $954.83 a month in payments.
Okay, as far as you know.
As far as I know, yeah. I worked it on 4%, but I based it on that, so that's $955 for principal. His taxes are almost $3,300 a year, which is unbelievably low. So I put down $270 for that. He's got condo fees, which is part of the fourplex. They're all part of the same umbrella, which includes flood, even workman's comp. That's $300 a month. So that comes to $1,525 a month.
All right. But was he amenable to refinancing his house and pulling out the cash and then letting you taking over his debt?
Yeah, he sounded pretty excited. He needed to talk to his wife, and I said I would give him a call back Wednesday because I was kind of jammed up tomorrow myself. And he's comfortable with it right now, and I just didn't know what my next avenue is. Go out there and try to do a contract or...
Here's what your next avenue is if he agrees. Is he going to sell it to you with owner financing, you said?
Yes.
All right. Well, then your contract is going to read that he's going to sell it to you with nothing down, Jerry.
Correct.
But in paragraph 18, it's going to say that the closing will take place within 30 days after seller refinances the property.
Okay.
You understand that what he borrows has no bearing on your purchase price or goes nowhere on your contract.
Yes.
However, of course, it does affect how much of a monthly payment that he's going to want you to cover. So you were correct in suggesting that he does not borrow more than the $200, so you can keep that payment down to where it's tolerable. Now, you and I both know he could borrow a lot more than that. It'd still be tolerable on a $500,000 house. But you want to get as much monthly cash flow out of it as you can, so you did the right thing. So the only thing you need is a purchase and sale agreement with a purchase price on it. Give him everything he's asking for. Give him the entire $385. If it truly is worth in the mid-4s, you got a killer deal there.
Well, my question to you, Ron, is this: do I do this where I actually buy the property, or that's what my contract is I'm not very good at?
All right. You do a purchase and sale agreement that says you're going to buy it for $385 with nothing down and a payment of you can put T to be determined, TBD on it.
Okay.
But your seller needs to understand that I will cover your payment plus taxes plus insurance plus association fees until it gets cashed out sometime in the future.
Okay.
Try to get a 5-year balloon on it.
Yeah, well, I had already talked to him, and I said that I normally we sign a 90-day contract, and I get the buyer in that time frame, and then I do a 3-year contract because I thought it was a deal.
No, not in this case, Jerry.
No?
You can do a 90-day contract, that's fine, because of the paragraph you're going to put in 18 that says you will close within 30 days after he refinances, which should only take you 30 days.
Right.
Okay, but you want to go ahead and close on this puppy now as soon as the road is clear. You ain't going to sit around and wait on a buyer for this one, Jerry.
Oh, okay. That's what I was concerned about.
You tell him, as soon as you get that loan closed, you let me know within the 2 days thereafter, I will be closing my wraparound mortgage, because that is what it's going to be, is a wraparound mortgage for $385 that will wrap around the $200 that he borrows.
Okay.
You'll make the payment directly to his bank, which will be the same amount he's going to be paying his bank anyway. So your purchase and sale agreement is rather simple, with the exception of the provision that you put in paragraph 18. It's like any other wraparound mortgage, and I can tell you've been to my boot camp, so it's just like the one in the manual.
Okay, and then what you're saying is I want to put a balloon payment then for 5 years?
You would prefer not to, but you know he's going to make you before it's over. So you ask him, how long of a term can you give me, and then you work hard to make sure it's at least 5 years.
Okay, I got you.
You know what you can tell him? You say, listen, this Dodd-Frank thing, I understand it can't be less than 5 years.
Okay, I never thought of that one.
Which isn't true, Jerry, but
yeah, I know that.
It plays well.
Yeah.
All right. So now, what's your exit strategy? It's great, man. It's absolutely great.
Well, it sounded like someone to me. It sounded like a real nice guy. He's 77. He was worried about being able to get it financed. I said, you have no problem getting the finance for $200,000.
No, they can't discriminate for his age, and with that loan-to-value ratio, they'll crawl all over it.
Now, would he go for a 30-year loan on that, or should he go and get
yes.
Equity?
Yes, 30-year loan.
30-year loan. That's what.
No, I'd rather he didn't borrow a line of credit now, because if he does, and the bank does find out he sells it, they might just call that one due, Jerry.
Okay, I got you.
He's better off refinancing this on a permanent 30-year loan, especially with these low interest rates.
Okay.
And truth is, you're going to have it paid off probably long 4 to 5 years anyway.
Okay.
So your exit strategy is really very simple. Now, you just bought it with nothing down. By the way, you're paying the closing costs, just for the record.
All right.
Okay, you just bought it with nothing down, and now you got a payment to make 30, 60 days after you buy it for lousy $1,500. You got all this time to go find that tenant buyer you want, and on a $500,000 house, oh man, you got to be looking at least a $50,000 down payment that you're going to collect from your tenant buyer. I got a helicopter flying over.
Okay, sounds good.
So not, and you're going, and if it truly is, along the way, I'd probably want to get it appraised. If it truly is worth $450,000, I'd put that thing on the market for $479,900 on a lease purchase with a $50,000 non-refundable deposit. At what do you think? $3,000, $3,500 a month?
Well, I didn't think it could go that high, but for a $500,000 house, $3,000 certainly is not a bad number.
Well, there you go. Whatever the market will pay you, regardless, you're going to get about a $1,500 or more positive cash flow. Yeah,
I was kind of hoping for like $1,000, but $1,500, that's what I call more gooder.
That's more gooder. Yeah.
Yep.
The market will tell you it is a townhouse, but apparently it's a nice one in a nice neighborhood, or it wouldn't be at that price.
Well, it's on the bay too. It's not quite on the bay, but he also has dock privileges.
Very nice. Okay, and by the way, you can add the $300 a month association dues onto your buyer. It does not have to come out of your rent.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. Good.
Jerry, this is the kind of deal It's a once-in-a-lifetime deal that comes along about once a month when you're in the game.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Go get it. Go get it.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you, Ron.